Breaking news on Hurricane Helene. President Biden has been briefed on FEMA's response and intends to travel to affected communities this week. The death toll from Helene has risen to at least 89 people, including 30 people in Buncombe County, North Carolina alone. Biden approved a major disaster declaration for North Carolina earlier today. North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper joins me by phone now. Governor Cooper, thank you very much, given all that's happening in your state, for being here. At the top of the show, we played a sound of you saying that people in your state are desperate for help. Give us an update on where things are now.
This is obviously a catastrophic event, historic. People in Western North Carolina say they have never seen anything like it. Our priority right now is to get people out and to get supplies in. Our biggest challenge is the fact is that we have so many of those mountain roads that are just impassable. It is very difficult to get supplies in by land, and that's why we're working to get supplies to people by air. I just got off the phone with the president about an hour or so ago. I've been talking with FEMA Administrator Criswell. She's coming tomorrow. We will be out there working to make sure that we're getting assistance to people as quickly as possible. I'm grateful to the first responders who are out there rescuing people as we speak. We're also pushing to get cell service back up. Some of it has come up. We're making progress on that, but unfortunately, a lot of people are still without cell service. That means that some people have not been reachable, and I understand how loved ones and friends can be concerned if they aren't being able to contact people. And we're asking people to call 211 if they want to report somebody they haven't been able to contact, because well checks are occurring. There's a lot happening. This is a massive effort. This is just a catastrophic event that we've all got to pull together and work to get through.
Governor, you mentioned that you had a conversation with the president. We're looking at a video from earlier today in Asheville, North Carolina. In your conversation with the president, can you tell us, did you give him the scope of the damage in your state? Tell us what you told him about how widespread the damage is in North Carolina.
Yeah, I told him that all of Western North Carolina was affected and that many roads were impassable. A lot of people are still stranded and aren't able to communicate. He is doing everything he can. He gave us this federal disaster declaration last night. People can now go onto the website disasterassistance.gov and get individual FEMA help, which is something that is important. It's also turned on the tap to significant federal resources. He knows that we've got to make sure we save lives, number one. That's the number one priority. But also making sure that we get basic supplies to people, medical equipment. We've been in touch with all of the hospitals, with the nursing homes. It is just a catastrophic event, and there is a massive effort underway, and he's going to assist us with that through FEMA.
If I remember right, Governor, you said that the FEMA administrator will be coming to North Carolina tomorrow or this week? Yes,
she'll be coming tomorrow.
She'll be coming to... Go ahead.
Yeah, we'll both be headed out west tomorrow. That's the plan. Now, she may have changed her plan, but that's the plan. We're both headed out west tomorrow.
Right, and I was about to ask you, when she does visit, where will you go? Where will you take her? What does she need to see?
Well, it's going to be difficult to see things from the ground. We will take an aerial tour to be able to view some of the flooding in Western North Carolina. It is very difficult to get from one place to the next. But we'll also talk with local officials and hear about their challenges and try to make sure that state and federal officials are making all the adjustments necessary to make sure that they get the help that they need.
Governor, what are you hearing from local officials about the challenges they face? Give us some specifics.
Well, first, wanting to make sure that they can communicate. They want to be able to talk with people because they're hearing from a lot of their residents and people who live outside of Western North Carolina wanting to get in touch with their relatives and their friends. So they want self-service back up. They need food and water for their people. We know as hours go by that will become more and more acute, and they are working on local distribution efforts, state and federal government working to get it to certain points within the counties so that they can distribute it out to people. We also know that so many water systems are down because they're either flooded or the power is out or they have broken in some way and the water is contaminated. We're bringing in the Army Corps of Engineers to give them advice on what they need to do to fix their water systems. So there are a lot of needs that they are having to deal with right now, and we're working to try to make sure that we pull together this massive effort to give them the help that they need.
Governor, one more real quick question. I know you have to go, but are there shelters set up are there places for people to go for food and shelter, and how can they possibly find them?
Yeah, there are 24 shelters that are open right now, and they can go to their county website. They can also ask local law enforcement if they don't have self-service or internet service, as many people don't. That's one of the challenges right now is we're trying to get law enforcement to go out and check on people, and rescue teams are having to go into places that are inaccessible to try to pull people out.
Governor Roy Cooper of North Carolina. Governor, thank you very much for coming to the program and giving us that update. And our thoughts and prayers are with you and the people of North Carolina.